Hey everyone, I thought I would give all of you an update where we're at right now in our journey. We are still being held hostage in our apartment. We are not happy. We are very stressed out. Yesterday I tried to invite my mom over and that didn't go well. She had to leave shortly because the local sheriffs and the undercovers here weren't happy, I guess, with me having anyone over in my apartment, which is dumb. It's been very hard being away from my family. My mom's my best friend. The whole thing has been very stressful. Why I keep making these videos is I want to get my story out on what is going on. And really, I don't want anything more than justice with the local sheriff's department and what these other people have done to me. I really miss my freedom. I miss going out, you know. There's a window beside me. I peek through it sometimes just to see life passing me by. It's really sad how much time I've missed being here. Time with loved ones, time with my partner. I've reflected and I've realized that everything I went through in 2015 was preparation for what I've gone through now. Everything from my experience with law enforcement in 2015, which I actually rather have that experience than what I've dealt with now, to betrayals from some people I trusted. Betrayal doesn't even begin to describe what I've been through with people I've trusted over the last few months. Thankfully, I've had a partner who has stood by me through all of this, and my dog and my family, you know, we're all family, and I'm very grateful for that. And I'm very grateful for all my viewers and all of you that have stood by me and watched my journey and read my tweets even when we did the mythology series. That was really fun. I enjoyed doing that for you guys. Kind of trying to do some new content just for you guys now because I'm here all alone. There's not much to do but sit here, and I decided to get glammed up, spruce myself up a little, get out of my Adam Sandler look. That's what me and my mom call it. We love Adam Sandler, by the way, but I definitely needed to spruce myself up here. You know, put on some makeup, a lip gloss, which I need to touch up. This one's one of my favorites, by the way. It's e.l.f. It's the lip oil, so good. And yeah, I just try to make the best of the situation that we're in. I mean, it's not great, but we are here. And it just sucks being away from my family and people and being so isolated, you know, can't even leave. These people, you know, they have these listening devices. You know, the whole place is bugged, and the two undercovers, I'm sure one of them is home right now. I'm sure she is listening to us right now. Hello. When I mentioned in my last video about the guy with the other undercover that lives upstairs, the male with the NASA backpack, I actually got some footage of him. He was very sassy the other day. It was literally like the day after I made that video, a day or two after. And he had his little backpack on. The dog. The dog's very anxious too, because when I wasn't here, before all this started, when I had that undercover, she would come in here and, you know, and I had left the dog behind, and the dog would get very antsy after, you know, when I would come home, and just the past few months, it's been very anxious because people have come in here without a warrant, and, you know, probably put him in his little crate. He's very anxious. He's drinking water right now, if that's what you hear. And so, yeah, it's even affected the dog, which is really sad. And what I was saying is I saw the guy with the NASA backpack. He had put his backpack, he literally stopped right in front of my doorbell camera, slung his backpack on the stairwell. It was very sassy. It was very Miranda Priestley from The Devil Wears Prada when she would slam her purses on the desk. It was very that. It was a cute little move. And yeah, tried to intimidate me and letting me know that he, I guess, heard me mentioning him, giving him a little shout out. You know, it's very unfair for someone to be held hostage against their will, especially when I have every right to leave, and, you know, these people here are keeping me hostage, and it's just not right. And I think the world needs to know that, you know, my rights have been violated through all of this. My body has been violated through the hidden smoke detector, the camera and the smoke detector. Just everything has been violated. And the past few months too, there was a lot that went on that I didn't talk about because I was dealing with, you know, I've had hits put on me on my life through group chats, and the people that were in those group chats have sent, you know, a hitman out. There was like, I have been followed and intimidated by someone that was armed, and my dog's life was even in jeopardy. They, you know, they know we love our dog so much. They wanted to take that away from me, this person or these people. And they wanted to take, you know, they know that would hurt me so much, and it's probably a lesser charge, you know, if they were to do that. So I've been followed, intimidated, not just by local police department, but by others, criminals as well, which is very scary. You know, I was afraid to even leave my apartment some days when I was able to leave, and yeah, you know, I just don't think it's right that they don't have no right to put hidden cameras in my apartment, to have two officers, undercover officers, trying to intimidate me and live in my building, you know what I mean? Placing them in here, and then now putting them with listening devices to eavesdrop on my conversations, listen on any sound we make. We can't even make noise in here because that they think that's, I guess that's apparently makes you a criminal if you make a noise cooking or any noise. If you drop something, I'm a very clumsy person, and so I always knock stuff over. I wish I wasn't like that, but yeah, I want to get the word out about all the corruption going on in this town, and for my journalists, my viewers, this is a story that's worth covering, because the corruption and people, you know, being paid off by the cult, it's been really difficult. I don't even want the only thing I'm asking for is my freedom. I don't want any of I just want my freedom back. I miss that. And I have no freedom in here. It's even people in prison have other people that they can, you know, be around or talk around. I'm isolated here in this apartment. I'm definitely not allowed to, you know, see my family. So it's really sucks that these people would, knowing I had, you know, lots of mental health issues, suicidal ideations, would try to push me over the edge to want to commit suicide. And they have, and I've, you know, pushed me over the edge, and I stay strong as much as I can. We're hanging in here because I know my story, when it does come out, there's a lot more to it than just the 2015 chapter. We have we have so much more that's going on, you know, in the group chats, to putting out hits on my life, now hiring government officials and to spy on me, to be out to get me, and hold me hostage in my own town and in my apartment. I feel just like I did in that brothel in 2015. You know, when I was scared, I had nowhere to go, no money to go anywhere. And, you know, like I said, everything prepared me. I was in isolation in that brothel too. And all of that, I think back, was preparation for what I've lived, and I've relived it all. You know, I've been re-traumatized by all of this. You know, all the stuff these people have done has opened up old wounds from back then. And I relived it all, and I remember how I felt like then. And I feel like it's honestly worse now than it was back then. I'd rather be in that brothel than be stuck in this situation in this town with these corrupt, dirty people. Dirty. It's gross. But I just wanted to give y'all an update. We are still here. We're being held hostage against our will, and we're asking for help for journalists to dig and investigate. And this is not the only time they've done this to someone. You know, they have, I'm sure, a pattern of doing this with other people. I see so many posts of unlawful searches they've done in the local sheriff's department, and they have done, you know what I mean? They have a quota to meet, and they are retaliating against me because they got caught fabricating evidence multiple times, and I've caught harassing, stalking. You know, the male one is stalking me. So I have a lot of evidence already on a lot of them. So this is, you know, the harassment needs to stop, and the people behind the harassment need to stop. You know, they're out running around doing free. You know, if only knew what these people were doing and what they really are and how sick and demented they are. You know, the apple don't fall far from the tree from one of them. They have a history of doing this, and it's a pattern. They've been doing this for a long time. I'm not the only one that the cult has done this to. They have done it to others, and they have hired and used their money and influence and resources to do it to me now. And it needs to stop. And all of these people need to be held accountable for what they have done to me and others as well, starting with the local sheriff's department, and then the cult. We have lots of documentation on them as well, but that's not going anywhere. They have tried to silence me and erase me, and and anytime I feel suicidal, I think that's what they want. They would love for me to be silenced and erased from society, where my voice is never heard. And I now have a duty to myself and to others that they've done this to, that I'm gonna live as long as I can, because they're gonna see this face and remember what they have done. I am a reminder. I am the mirror of what they have done, and they're gonna have to live to see this face and see and live with what they've done, and there will be justice served. So my last plea before I end this and wrap this up, because this video is getting long, please help. Please investigate the local sheriff's department. Look into the crimes they have done and investigate, and please help free me, free Madison and the doggy. We love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and we will stay tuned. By the way, while we were filming our video, the undercover male officer came home. I guess he got home and decided to abruptly leave, and he had his little headphones in, probably trying to eavesdrop on our conversation. I'm sure he was made aware that we were talking about him and his colleagues, so thought I would just add that little tidbit in.